Every time a new foldable rumor pops up, it usually ends up being just another slightly better hinge or slightly brighter screen. But this time, things are actually getting interesting, because Samsung and Apple might finally be going head-to-head with something that could genuinely change how foldables feel in your hand. Not taller, not awkward, not something you get used to over time. I'm talking wider foldables that actually look like real phones when closed, and mini tablets when opened. So here's what's cooking. For years, Samsung's Fold lineup has had that TV remote-style front display, which, let's be honest, works, but never really feels natural. Meanwhile, Apple's first foldable iPhone has reportedly been taking shape with a wider outer display. And now it looks like Samsung doesn't want to let Apple own that narrative, because both companies seem to be heading toward almost the same idea. Wider cover screens, big square-like inner displays, and a design that feels more like a proper book than a tall notepad. Recently, Ice Universe dropped some new AI-generated renders on Weibo, and while they aren't official products, they're built around the leaked dimensions we've been hearing about for months. And they tell us quite a lot. Samsung's version is expected to rock around a 5.4-inch outer screen and a 7.6-inch inner display, while Apple's take is incredibly close with a slightly smaller outer panel and roughly the same size inside. Both supposedly open to a 4:3 aspect ratio, which basically means you're getting something much closer to an iPad-style viewing experience instead of a super tall stretched one. Now here's where the personality difference shows. Apparently, Samsung is sticking with sharper, almost squared-off corners, making the phone look super clean and industrial when folded. Apple, on the other hand, is going softer and rounder with its corners, aiming for comfort in the hand more than aesthetics. So it's basically aggressive versus friendly design language, and honestly, both approaches kind of make sense. One feels premium and precise, the other feels more natural and less stabby in your palm. But before you get too excited, these aren't final products. These renders are mainly about shape, size, and general form factor. No fancy camera islands, no final materials, none of the visual polish you'd expect from Apple or Samsung's marketing teams. Just a realistic idea of what these devices could physically feel like. And then we have the crease situation, which is basically the foldable world's biggest insecurity. Some leaks claim Apple's crease won't really be noticeable. Others say it will still be there, but far less distracting than what we're used to. Honestly, until we see real hardware, it's impossible to judge. But if there's one company obsessive enough to spend years trying to hide a crease, it's definitely Apple. Color options for Apple are rumored to be very boring in classic Apple fashion. Pretty much just black and white at launch. Samsung, meanwhile, hasn't really leaked much on that front yet, but let's be real, Samsung loves color. So I wouldn't be surprised if they come out swinging with more playful options. Right now, both of these wider foldables are expected sometime in 2026, likely around the same period, which means we're heading toward a pretty wild showdown. Samsung, the company that basically created the mainstream foldable market, versus Apple, the company that waits, watches, then swoops in, trying to redefine the category in a way only Apple can sell to the masses. And that raises the real question. Do wider foldables finally fix the biggest complaint people have with foldables today? Or are we just heading toward another experimental phase that will get redesigned again in a generation or two if it doesn't stick? Because we've already seen companies try wider designs before, and not all of them blew up in popularity. So this could either be the next big step for smartphones, or just another interesting chapter before companies figure out what actually works. But what do you think? Would you actually switch to a wider foldable if it launches like this, or is it still too niche for you? Drop your thoughts down in the comments. I'd love to see what you guys think. And if you enjoyed this breakdown and want more deep dives like this, stick around, because things are only going to get crazier as we get closer to 2026. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.